Hello, I'm Aaron, one half of Kirk Cameron, and this is not a scripted video. Just want to make something short just to express a thought that at least I've had building up for a year and some change now. And that's just a PSA to people who play Magic. Play 60 card. We need people to play more 60 card formats. I know personally, I am like so many people introduced really to playing Magic regularly through Commander and like the show and tell of Commander. But people like me, I come from some competitive fighting games. I played sports and I'm competitively minded. I like to play anti-meta in a lot of things. But naturally, a person like me, being in CEDH and all my friends playing EDH, like I moved to CEDH and started doing tournaments. And after a slew of tournaments, like the inherent problems of Commander, of free-for-all multiplayer Magic as like a method for comparison of skill, therefore placement in tournaments, like the problems of that became apparent to me. And for anybody who's only ever played casual Commander, like that's an obvious no-duh moment. But for folks who were boarded on to Magic through Commander, and the competitively minded folks that get boarded onto CDH because that's what everybody plays, like that's a hard pill to swallow, because like this is the framework that you view Magic. But say me, I'm a mathy dude, like I think about like the variants and all that stuff a lot, and reckoning with, say you sit down in one pod, the combinatorics of particular cards being played at whatever time, giving its 100 card singleton decks, 4 people, the slew of actions, it's a ridiculous amount of variance. And then we know through data seat order has a huge position on how well you do, how many counter spells you play, determines win rate. It's not like player skill in EDH is minimized due to all the extraneous factors, and then color imbalance is a big thing. And so like it became very apparent to me after doing tournaments, and then started doing like paper standard, did some standard events, got into Pauper with Danny, and we've been able to cultivate Pauper, for instance, because it's a cheap alternative and it is a competitive format, at our local game store. And we've been able to fire off events, and we've been able to play cubes more, and slowly like get more and more people acclimated to not only seeing 1v1 Magic, but like touching those decks and like playing and feeling the difference, because there's a big difference. And a lot of times like player agency is highlighted to a higher degree in 1v1 formats than in Commander. And being able to have a healthy single 1v1 competitive format fostered within your local scene makes Commander more enjoyable, because now even sweats will be less sweaty about casual Commander, because we have this outlet. And then you get to see more cards from every set. Say if only play Commander, something like Aether Drift, there are a lot of cards in there you didn't even know. In Pauper, quite a few of those cards were viable. Tarkir, a lot of mainstays now. And the more formats you play, the more Magic you get to see and experience. This is a ranty video, and I know that, and I apologize. But 100%, I think everybody who is interested in fostering any other format in your community, you absolutely can. get into something cheap like Pauper. For the price of building one decent commander deck, you can build multiple top tier Pauper decks and just hand one to your buddy and just start playing and feeling it out and exploring and brewing, because there is that space at the highest level of some formats. And slowly you can start discussions with the people in your community about, hey, maybe we're going to proxy vintage, start playing vintage, proxy legacy, start playing all these other things. Hell, you can even build a mono red standard deck for dirt cheap comparatively. Standard is getting expensive for several archetypes, but my standard deck only costs like $100, and it's okay. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We'll make sure to try to get back to any comments if any are left. This is something I truly believe in. I think Commander being like the monolithic representation of Magic is a huge disservice. Like, really, everything was better when EDH was not the format that was catered to. Hope everybody has a good day.